So welcome to week 9 already, day 2. We've done our reverse drawing sphere, and now we're exploring portrait drawing. So I thought there was a couple interesting things. I love this guy, Mr. Chen. He is a tremendous artist, and he speaks so well about art.
Focal points.
So shapes and focal point.
And one of the things in the drawing process is very important is how you can overlook some of the things and find the information that you want. Like in the beginning, most of the people, they're looking at where's the eye, where's the nose, and what is inside the eye. Even you don't even see much of the eye. Also jumping from one step without doing enough to jump to the next step, and then leave lots of uncertain. This is the bad practice. Put the chin over here, maybe make it even smaller because it's.
So what he's stressing is so important, is the setup. The initial setup for the drawing, general to specific, just like we started drawing our simple shape, cylinder, cone, sphere. In this case, he is not overwhelmed by the curly hair that will be in this portrait. He's looking at the shape of the hair and how those shapes frame the face, and what shape the face is, an oval shape and a cylinder for the neck. Those are the simple shapes. If you start trying to draw the detail of the eye and you're just hoping that drawing the detail of the next eye and the nose and the mouth, somehow all these details are going to be the right proportion to each other and fit, then you're taking a big risk. And when you take those kind of risks, you have to erase and correct a lot. That creates a higher level of frustration. That frustration can lead you to not want to complete the drawing. So many of us have portfolios full of drawings that have an incredibly shaded section this big that is turning out wonderful, but we just can't face to draw the rest. This method is simple to complex, so I'd like you to take note of that.
This is about trying to find out the composition. And so this is with the face area. By the way, I'm using this soft wine charcoal and to try to find a shape. That's the shape, and I overlook anything about the eye, the nose. I try to find the outline. So my eye is travel on the reference to try to find that this is the area for the face, and that's the neck. And compare the width of the neck to the width of the face.
So I'll have this link available for you, but he continues and just blocks in the shadow shapes, does a beautiful job. I mean,
with this darker shape,
the idea being that at any point you can stop drawing and it looks like a finished portrait. So he could stop now and it would still be a beautiful drawing. I could advance this video and he's drawn more. He could stop now and it's still an interesting drawing. And so as he layers detail upon detail, you can still have this really beautiful drawing. And that's working general to specific. And when you do that, the shadow shapes are correct, the structure is correct. And then when you drop in those accent darks and accent lights, you have a really beautifully developed drawing. Okay, so that's one method that I want you to consider. And I'll provide this link in our end of the day discussion and recording. But the other video I wanted to show you is right here. I thought this was an interesting experiment. So if you're struggling a bit with this portrait drawing assignment, I thought this is a nice way to to kind of take a new approach, and it's related to the reverse drawing where you're drawing with the light instead of the dark on a dark surface. And this guy has some awesome heavy metal music. So we'll just like also listen to that, because who doesn't need a little heavy metal in the morning to wake us up? So here we go. Get you going drawing. So he has, he's really drawn a dark tone on the surface. So he's working with an eraser. He has an electric eraser. So it's an eraser that's battery operated. So it's going to really cut into that dark charcoal surface he blended. So you can make your own black paper, or of course you could draw on black paper with white chalk. But this progresses pretty quickly. He's got it in fast forward mode. But again, he's just drawing with the light. So he has this picture over here, a black and white picture, which you could take of yourself. If you're really struggling, of course, I want you to draw from life. I want you to look in the mirror. But this is the most challenging level of drawing. If you draw from a black and white photo of yourself, you're already simplifying the shapes, and that's going to make it easier for you to draw. So that's what he's doing here. So this is either your warm up to the big self-portrait where you're looking in the mirror, or this is maybe all you can do right now. You're not as comfortable drawing from life yet, which it's a big leap we're making here. And so this is a way to try to get a successful drawing for the class that's a self-portrait using tools available to you. Okay, so ideally draw from life, but if it's just not going well, you have this option: drawing on a dark surface with white, or erasing and using a black and white photo. So I'll provide this link in there too. Just gonna like listen to him rock out for a little while, because why not? You can see he lightly drew with like pencil maybe, or a light eraser to block everything in. And now he's just doing the shading. See if we can advance him to the end, and you can watch this video develop. I mean, it's definitely a beginner drawing, but I can see some nice qualities about it, right? It's a cool technique, and it looks like it would be a lot of fun and a great way to get darks and lights that you might not get otherwise. Okay, so rock out, Timothy. Good job, right? So let's see what else we have. Then I wanted to show you this. So if you've got to dial it back even more and go more basic, I'll put this link in. This guy is talking about inverse drawing, and he's going to just do like we did the other day, draw a sphere. He's going to draw a cube. He's identifying the parts of light and just really practicing, you know, using that white chalk. So you can do some of these warm-up exercises if you're really struggling. This would be extra credit, but this would help you understand the lesson much better. So how the light falls on these shapes. Then this cylinder, once you know how to do the cylinder this way, this can be the neck, you know, of your portrait. So you want to kind of keep that in mind. So I'll put that link up for you. Then there was one more. Oh, I thought this was fun. So why on earth would we want to draw portraits? Everybody detests them, right? Well, there's actually a National Portrait Gallery in London, England. And every year there is that National Portrait Gallery at the Tate. They hold a portrait competition. The best portrait artist who submits their work wins £250,000. So it's like $250,000, because pounds are a little bit higher than the dollar, I believe. I hope I'm not saying that wrong, but usually they are slightly higher than the dollar. So maybe someone can check the pound and chat me up. But so that's another reason to practice portrait drawing. And there's this new show. So let's watch a little bit of this new show just for fun.
Next 10 weeks.
TV series. So you could watch artists create portraits in all different media. It would be fun homework, fun research for your portrait project. So if you wanted to watch those, my daughter's getting snacks, you can. All right. So today's work, of course, is to make a portrait. I'm going to stop the recording here and I'll take questions.